Phillip Castle, and today I'm going to be answering a few questions for Enhanced. So I'm from Toronto in Canada, and music's been a pretty big part of my life since I was a kid. I started playing classical piano when I was about 7. I picked up a guitar in high school and I joined a band, and that was really great. But it was about 2011 when I discovered electronic music and trance shortly thereafter, and I was hooked. Now, I've been producing music for about 15 years in various capacities as a pop producer, rock producer, as a songwriter, but I really started to hit my stride recently producing progressive house and trance. So each one of my tracks starts differently. This one started from the bass line, and when I got that bass line sounding really great, I wrote some chords, and I'm always looking for different things to do in the sort of main drop of my tracks. And I actually threw these chords into an arpeggiator, and it was just like the track was born. And that's now the main drop that you hear. Added some other stuff here and there, like the trance piano and that sort of saw lead melody that you hear in the first drop. And got that finished up in about a week, and I sent it to Enhanced, and their feedback was like, this is great, but we need something a little bit more, something catchier. So I went back to the drawing board. I found some vocal samples that I thought were really, really cool. Tried a couple different versions. They didn't like the first one, but the second version they really, really liked, and that's the track that you hear, Don't Give Up. Well, it's definitely a lot of work, but I've developed a consistent routine that works for me. I produce music in the mornings and in the evenings, and Monstercat's really supported me making music on the side. They're a really great company to work for. With respect to my kids, I always just block off some time to see them during the day, including around dinner and bedtime, dropping my daughter and picking her up from school, and of course, hanging out with them on the weekends. And my wife is super supportive in me producing music and understands that even though it takes a lot of time, it's what I'm passionate about, and I'm really grateful to have her supporting me in this. So for me, each track's just another opportunity to push myself just a little further in my sound, a little further outside my comfort zone. I still do use some sort of signature sounds like really banging bass lines, euphoric melodies and chords. Even this trance piano with reverb and delay that I love to come back to in my tracks, I just feel like adds this beautiful airy and uplifting feeling. But just try to take that a little bit further and experiment every single track and do something that's different. And working with Enhanced, for instance, has been great for me because the A&R team wants your tracks to be not stuff that sounds like stuff that's come before, but stuff that's new and original and fresh. And I feel like sometimes I'll create a track and the team will help me get it even further along than I would have originally set out to do. So I'm really grateful to have that support. So developing as a producer just takes time. There's really no shortcut. Sure, there's some great online courses and mentorship programs that can help you speed things up a little bit, but my best advice to producers is to learn how to finish music, and finish music fast. I made a commitment to myself in 2020 when I started producing again after a 6-year hiatus to finish a track every single week for about a year. And what I noticed is that when I was committing to finishing music, my production skills improved exponentially. Sure, not every single track's going to be your best track, but quantity does eventually equal quality. And then you learn how to produce quickly, and that allows you to develop the skills to sort of move quickly in the studio when you're stuck. You can always come back to old tracks that you've produced in the past that maybe you finished and you want to add something to. In fact, this track on the screen is something that I produced a couple years ago, put away, and just came back and finished with all the skills that I developed in those couple years. But, bottom line is just learn how to finish music, and you'll see those production skills increase at a faster rate than you could even imagine. Don't Give Up is out now on Enhanced Progressive. It's out on all streaming platforms, available for download on Beatport. So go out, give it a listen, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.